we've been helped. I think you know, part of the reasons that maybe we're not one of the fatalities that you read about all the time is because of our relationships with our trade partners and our relationships with the banks, and the fact that in our community a lot of the lending is local in nature. So they see firsthand what we're going through, and they're there to try to support us through the difficult times. I can tell you that it has definitely been a challenge, especially since October of last year. There's been a drastic change, and really we just need to see more clients before we get the qualified clients, and then the next step is that we're seasoning buyers for future sales.
Good.
So
can you talk to that? When you say seasoning them, what does that mean?
Well, what that means is, you know, we take them firsthand. Okay, you don't qualify today, then let's look at your credit profile, and can we get you with somebody that we've worked with in the past, not a 1-800 number, not a to address your particular issue. Are you 6 months away from correcting your credit report? Are you 8 months away from? Because really, there's no personal, and there's no, you know, like I'm talking to you right now, looking at you in the eyes, and you know, do I sense that you're communicating honestly with me or not? When somebody's looking at a credit report, you know, in Dallas or California, for somebody in Laredo, they're saying, how can somebody that makes $30,000 a year purchase a home? You know, I mean, that's mind-boggling for somebody that's got a higher income, that's struggling to make it at a higher income, to want to approve somebody that's making $30,000 a year. And that's our typical, you know, our typical buyer is going to be making $35,000 a year.
Right, and credit repair is something you're not the only ones doing right now, and everybody's fighting this battle. I think you're fighting it obviously a lot more than others, but every builder can share in your struggles today. Okay. But let's talk about some of the other great things that you guys are doing. Good to hear about, you know, what you're doing to get through it, and have no doubt that quality is a big part of why you have these relationships that are so strong. Because people want to be around people that do good things.
Can you improve your score?
That's, you know, when we started, just to give you some background, I used to be with a previous builder, and we had contracted NRS to do our service back then. We used to always have a difficulty improving our scores. And really, we never, how could I say it? Our mentality has never been to try to win an award. Our mentality has always been to try to deliver, you know, a good product to our clients. So I think from a, you know, if you give somebody a challenge to improve the numbers, I think they'll figure out a way to improve the numbers somehow, even though there's, you know, there's an independent survey and whatnot. And our challenge has always been, let's get the referral, and let's monitor how we get the referral. And when we see the numbers, if we're seeing something that's out of whack, hey, let's get it improved. Everybody has room for improvement, and typically what happens is you'll improve in one thing, and another one will just start, you know, missing on another side.
But so you're able to see the direct connection between referral rates and the scores in customer satisfaction.
Yes. I mean, on the reports there, you'll see our referral rate is super high. I think you all added another dimension to that referral rate. You added another question to the to the surveys, and that has really, you know, improved.
Yeah, how many actual referrals is I think what you're referring to. Right. So we're now not only would they refer, but how many have they actually made right now? Right. So now you're tracking that and seeing how many customers are actually talking to other homeowners, and you're seeing that number go up too, which is, you know, it's what you expect. And that's great.
It's especially impressive to me that you had a peak year in 2006 with 212 closings for $30 million in revenue. But because of the contraction in the market and all the difficulties you face, you're now going to be lucky this year to close 70 houses for $9 million.
That's correct.
And so your company has had to contract along with the market.
We've been
obviously.
pulled, stretched. You
But
name it,
But
we've gone through the.
you're still making it with your customers.
Oh, yes.
Even though,
right.
so the people that you have on your team, the ones that are left, have to be phenomenal employees.
Yes. Well, basically, our business is almost like a family-run business. I mean, most of the people that are on our team share the same last names, you know, or are, you know, sometimes, you know, people talk about nepotism and it's so bad and that kind of stuff. But for us, it's really worked in our favor. We just set, you know, higher expectations for ourselves, and you know, when we go to the closing table, you know, I've heard it said before, people don't do what you expect, they do what you inspect. You know, so, you know, when you're there firsthand talking to the clients, how was the overall process, you know, you get the positive feedback, or, you know, hey, we need to address certain concerns. So
I'm curious about the walls question, just kind of going back to some of the product quality issues. I know that was rated real high. Is there anything in particular that you're doing? I know I walked through your design center. I see you've got lots of wonderful high-end features.
Oh, what happens prior to drywall is we go through an inspection prior to drywall. So we address any bolt studs, any you know, anything that may be out of square, anything that, you know, at prior to drywall. That's one of our 3-point inspections. Now one person takes it from, you know, from A to Z, but that's, you know, we address it prior to drywall instead of trying to float, you know, an imperfection behind the walls.
Which most builders do today.
Right. And it's Tom Ritchie used to call it fit to finish. It's supposed to finish to fit. I don't remember exactly what, you know.
Yeah.
Finish to fit, I think, is a terminology he used, as opposed to, you know, things, you know, finishing correctly.
How about treatments? Any type of offerings
Knockdown.
that way? You're not doing anything?
We're doing knockdown.
Knockdown. Okay.
Knockdown,
Special
texture.
You doing paint colors as well
Well,
for the homeowners?
We'll do whatever the client can afford.
Gotcha.
I have to believe that quality of walls in your top 5 areas reflects the customer's perception of the finished product as well, which would include the paint and
That's something.
Backsplashes, and I see you do have a lot of tile features as well.
I have the best job. I get to help and design and get a client to, you know, select their decos or their tile, and it doesn't matter if they're at the lower end and not affording upgrades. There's always a way to turn a tile or give it a flair, or, you know, still design. And so we do that across the board.
Really?
Yeah.
Every single homeowner, they can just put their own little touch and make it theirs.
We try to make it very special for them.
That's great. Many builders have lost that these days, so that's a wonderful feature.